And at a time when a lot of people are carrying on with life from inside the confines of their living rooms, we learned this past weekend that protesting police brutality and racism is still an in-person event. Joined now by someone who was there, saw it all happen, KXAN's Alyssa Goard. You were downtown for much of the day yesterday, from noon until midnight, and we appreciate all your efforts. On Twitter, you did a great job of documenting what you were seeing. You had post after post of some of the things that you witnessed yesterday. But we do want to ask about one of your tweets and kind of what I got from conversations with you in general, which is that overwhelmingly most of the day, what you saw were peaceful protests, even people who you said told you they had a helpful dialogue with police, felt like they had good interactions.
That's right. So, Sydney, I covered the protest yesterday for 12 hours and watched people of all ages there. The vast majority of that time consisted of peaceful demonstrations. So people holding signs, chanting, and marching. Many told me there that they had seen videos of looting and fires in other parts of the country, and specifically these people told me they set out to make sure the Austin protest was not like that. Some protesters told me that they actually had productive discussions yesterday with Austin police officers as well as other Austinites. People were handing out water to everyone downtown and even distributing hand sanitizer too. A band was set up and started playing at the demonstration. Some people sang songs, others were dancing music in the streets. Of the hundreds of people that I spoke with yesterday, most said that they showed up to call for change in Austin and around the country.
And all of these demonstrators were coming out to voice their opposition to the deaths of George Floyd in Minneapolis and here locally, Michael Ramos. Those have sparked national protests. Unfortunately, you saw firsthand when the shift kind of happened yesterday. From your perspective, tell us what you saw happen. I think is particularly after it got dark last night.
That's right, Sydney. Things did get especially tense later on in the night between certain groups of protesters and law enforcement. When the protests made their way towards APD headquarters after 10 p.m., the mood, I noticed a shift from at least what we'd seen earlier in the day. Their officers in protective gear stood at headquarters while demonstrators chanted at them. Every once in a while, that would dissolve into what seemed to be non-lethal rounds being fired into the crowd. This back and forth continued beneath I-35 and then along the other side of the highway. Later on that night, someone began setting off fireworks in the middle of these conflicts. And after that, that's when we began to see businesses on the eastern side of I-35 being broken into.
And I know, Alyssa, just when we were watching your coverage yesterday, there was a moment where you were live with us and we heard loud pops and you were doing your live report and we were all a little concerned. That was presumably, a firework, but we also know that they were firing non-lethal rounds, that the police were, and someone actually handed you a beanbag. Can you talk about what that looked like?
That's right, Sydney. A protester actually handed me this beanbag round. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's small. It can fit kind of in the palm of my hand here. And the protester who handed it to me said that it had been fired by police. Now, obviously, I didn't see when it was fired. I can't verify where it came from, but my law enforcement sources do tell me that that's the type of non-lethal round police will fire at demonstrators in situations like this. Take a look at this tweet from my colleague Tahara. She actually got some photos of the canisters for the beanbag rounds that were being fired late last night.
And Alyssa, I know a lot of people followed our coverage and watched this all unfold on social media or on TV. What can you just tell us about being there and witnessing it all happen yesterday for us?
Well, Sydney, for me, the live coverage yesterday taught me that it's hard to paint the people demonstrating in these protests with a broad brush. There are so many different types of people and opinions and perspectives that were represented there. You notice all the people who are impacted by demonstrations in one way or another when you cover something like this. For example, there are people experiencing homelessness who have their tents pitched beneath I-35 and had police and protesters running back and forth between their encampments late into the night last night. And Sydney, many Black community members that I spoke with said that George Floyd's death mobilized them to action this weekend, but they also told me that it was just one incident among many that has sparked fear, frustration, and grief for them. Lots of people also shared with me their hopes that this moment will be a tipping point in conversations about race and policing. And another thing that I'd like to point out as a reporter on the ground and as a white woman, I'm reminded that the movement we're seeing now, and in particular what's going on right now, is something that impacts people of color and in particular Black people. My producer for this segment, for example, is Black, and our conversation today about this coverage looks different and was more personal than a lot of chats that we've had in the past about our coverage. Something I'm realizing, Sydney, is in covering this unfolding story, I'm reminded that as a journalist and as a human, it's going to be really important for me to sit back and listen.
And I know you and I had a great conversation last night, too, after you got back from your coverage. And so hopefully this is leading to broad conversations across the board. We appreciate your coverage and your perspective, Alyssa. Thanks so much.